stop smoking weed while doing the podcast. It's just really not that good. What up, guys? T-Toxin back. Hello, hello. I have two lovely folks in here. And if you're a fan of fire, specifically spinning it, well, actually, no, you can still fuck with it, like in many ways. This is going to be a really good podcast because I got Ismael Cortes and Melarie Roller. Huh?
I said, how's it going?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought you were like correcting me. I was like, shit. I'm sure I said that right. What's up, guys? How we doing?
So far, so good.
Yeah.
Chilling.
Fantastic.
Hell yeah. Thank you, by the way. The reason why I got these guys on the podcast tonight is because I saw Izzy at work, and I was bugging the hell out of him. And I think I told you that that you were telling me that you had your guys, or at least a couple of them, available for the podcast, which, of course, I wanted to jump on that right away. But unfortunately, I only got 2 out of 5.
Yeah, 2 of ours they're mamas. They got babies. They don't really come out too late. And then the other one, he's just a busy guy. So
Understood.
We're the most lame, so we don't have as much going on.
Oh, yes. Lame. I mean, can you really say that when you're the one spinning fire?
I guess not.
Yeah, like, come on.
That one's debatable.
Well, it's kind of like in Tiger King, where they're like, I can't remember who was saying it, but he was basically bragging about tigers that when you hold one, it's just there's something sexy about it. You can't fight it. You can't ignore it or try to change it. It's just it is what it is. Spinning fire is the same thing. It's sexy. And if you deny it, I will fight you. And really quick, talking about spinning fire, I really want to touch on this topic that there is an event going on, guys, and it's every Friday, correct?
No, it's every third Thursday. At the moment, it's to be announced. We are going to ourselves be having a meeting about this to discuss when it is. Hopefully, if we're following our timeline correctly, it should be the 16th, but it might be the following Thursday.
Yeah, so it's in El Dorado at the Santa Fe Brewing Company at the little tap room that they have there.
Gnarly.
Yeah, so sometimes we have DJs playing inside, and then we got us, and we have actually other troops coming and joining us now too. This last event, we had a bunch of other people come in. So
yeah, I believe we had some friends of ours from the Santa Fe Flow Arts.
Mm-hmm.
It was our group for the Santa Fe Fire Flow Collective. And I believe there was another one. Yeah, that's our group,
is Santa Fe Fire and Flow.
I was going to say, can we find that on Facebook, Instagram? Do you guys have a TikTok?
We have an Instagram and we have a Facebook.
Gnarly. And it's called what again?
Santa Fe Fire and Flow Collective? Santa Fe Flow Collective.
Well, it's
it's a bit of a mouthful.
Well, we've changed the name a couple of times.
So the main company itself is called the Santa Fe Flow Collective. And then after that, our group, or all the fire, is more than likely going to still continue being the Santa Fe Fire and Flow Collective, because we are a collective of different people, groups, stuff like that. You know, It's not just one person or any one group.
Yeah, because Izzy started with his own little troupe that was izheonfire, and so like if he ever got a gig, he would call me, and I'd spin under his name. Yeah,
you would assist. You'd be there supporting.
Yeah, or so if I got a gig, my group was the Fire Zombies, and so he would spin with me under my Fire Zombies. So like
hell yeah.
And so it's all these different groups that have come together to create the new Santa Fe Flow
collective. Yeah. Totally get it.
And then not only that, but like in our collective, and the reason why we wanted to make it a collective, each one of us has a different idea for our actual company, and I feel having competing ideas was not a healthy way to start.
Got it.
You know, because I want to be able to network with everybody, because there's a flow to everything, if you really think about it. Gardening, music, metalwork, you name it, it has a flow to it.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? So I want to be able to connect with businesses. I'm pretty good at talking, if you can't tell. Sometimes I don't know when to shut up, but it happens.
That's true.
But, you know, and I know, like, Eric is really big in the hip-hop, or starting to get really big in the hip-hop.
Shout out Eric, by the way, one of the collectives.
Yep.
And I know he wants to continue with not just that, but also our flow, you know, with the fire stuff. I mean, me and him, he was one of my first people that ever hit me up to learn how to spin. And
I'm going to move this a little bit.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
He's loud as hell, but I just want to make sure I got him like directly on audio. You know, I just gotta.
He's so me and Eric started together, and it was more of me kind of being a tough love, like, you got to learn on your own, and then come back and show me, and I'll correct you and teach you. But
I mean, we all kind of taught each other, actually. Like, me and Izzy go way back. They used to do a weekly event at the Santa Fe Brewing Company, the one in town, the original one. Somebody else put it on. Michelle put it on.
Yeah, and then Angie was the one that got us over there.
Yeah, and so then, like, we all started, like, learning from each other, which was really cool. So he'd learn a move, then he'd teach me, or I'd learn a move and teach him.
That's the best part, I know.
Yeah, and then after that, we kind of found our own styles, which was really cool.
Yeah, and I mean, it is weird, too, because we all took our different turns in each different, like, prop, because our whole collective, no one does just, like, poi or fire fans, sword, staff.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that because like the adversity or the diversity of each person really matters. So I was gonna get into like within your entire group, who knows what? Are you dependent on only one person having one specific job, or is everybody like sharing that responsibility type of thing?
So I mean, we all kind of share that responsibility. I mean, we're all in a sense trying to teach each other different things, you know. I remember, like, for Zozobra, I was doing a double staff piece, a fire poi piece, and a solo with swords. And I know Melarie was doing with the fans.
I did fans, fire torches, I did staff, and then we had fire crowns, which was really cool too.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
and
I never saw that before.
That was like 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So when they originally had the fire dancers for Zozobra, we did that for a couple years.
I recall that. Yeah, I heard a lot about it when I shout out Ray for letting me do it. Actually, I had no idea that there was another fire crew before me, because there for like 3 years no one was doing fire, and I was just like, hey, let me organize it. And then a bunch of other people started coming. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't find anything. This was already like a growing thing, which I just like happened to be a part of. Which, by the way, shout out to everybody that was there for that show. I owe you guys an apology because I was supposed to video it, and I got a lot of video. I just never edited it because I sucked at editing. Sorry, guys. But really quick, I wanted to get into this question because you said that you have a different view for the Flow company, the Flow collective, right? Someone on the outside would just say like, oh, you guys just spin fire and you guys go to different events when you're called. What's the difference on how you two would be controlling your own company, your own Flow company?
Well, I can only speak for myself.
Right.
For myself, because I work so many different restaurants and I meet so many different people when I wait on them or when I bartend, that I have an easy time talking and making my conversation flow, which makes me better for like a street team rather than, you know, me doing the logistics or me, you know, doing accounting or any of that. Like for me, I have to be up and going and on a constant, you know, go. Whereas, you know, some people can sit at a desk, do the desk work. Me, I can't. That's not my style. But again, with that, you know, for the next one, which I just got a confirmation, it is March 16th. But for the next show, we will have for the next show we will have a food truck from El Sabor, who is the food people for the bowling alley. Which
that's cool.
Shout out to you, Joey, and you also, Ever. And Ever Paz, he will be there with his food truck. He'll be doing different things. From what me and him talked about, you know, it's tacos, nachos, and Frito pies. Well, I wouldn't know him if I didn't work over there or I didn't connect with them and I networked. Whereas, you know, I can go over to Dr. Feelgoods and talk to Chef Josh, go to Boxcar Talk with Tate, you know, and for Chef Francisco, you know, I can go to different restaurants and get ourselves new food trucks if we decide we want to go a different route than just this one. We also, well, I know I also, I mean, I'm trying to find us sponsorships and stuff, and it's a little difficult.
Liquid Death.
I
know.
You know.
It's just that consistency, honestly. You're not going to see anything for like probably the first year, 2 years. But as long as you have that consistency and you always have whatever you want to be sponsoring you, like available right there, right in your face, like Liquid Death, you know, it's going to happen after a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and then I know for myself, so Eric beat me to the Santa Fe Brewing Company thing because I also have my connections at the HQ.
Gnarly. Okay.
You know, because I used to work there in 2016. Like, you name it, I've probably worked that field at some point or another. And so, you know, even like with landscaping, I do landscaping, but I also know other landscaping people.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not just any one type of business. It's all businesses I want to network with.
Well,
Totally understand.
we also did a monthly. It's been years too. At the Little Wing Gallery, which was over there by the Candyman.
Yes.
And that was with Otherworld Nights, Otherworld Records. I can't remember.
I think it was nights.
Yeah, but so we would have DJs and belly dancers, and we'd have fire dancers on the outside too. So like, it's always been a goal to get back to doing monthlies, or I mean, it'd be cool to do weeklies, but in reality, like, especially
who has the time?
Yeah,
I
well,
mean,
especially because like 3 of our members are parents. You know,
yes.
Izzy's a dad too. So, I mean, I'm not a mom or nothing, but I got lots of animals that I take care of. So,
that's still a mom. Come on, they're fur babies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You gotta go home. You gotta feed them. You gotta take care of them when they get sick. You gotta be there when they go.
Yeah, it's true. So.
My goodness.
But yeah, so my focus a lot of the time when it comes to fire dancing is safety. So I'm very strict about my safety, and I require people to follow our rules whenever we're putting on an event. And so I try and make sure everybody knows what's up. I don't know. Do you know anything about fire safety?
My thing, what I know about fire safety is that you're supposed to have 3 fire extinguishers, 1 bucket of water, like 3 towels, and I have fire retardant cloths.
Yeah,
that you're supposed to like.
So we have Duvetine. Duvetine is the cloth.
Duvetine. There you go. I got
So
some of that, y'all.
We have Duvetine, and we've got fire extinguishers. We try and keep our dip area contained. And then we do a lot of like pad outs with towels rather than spin offs, because then you're like throwing fuel
instead
everywhere.
of So,
yeah.
So pad offs instead of.
Yeah, so you soak up a lot of the extra fuel with like rags and stuff.
Yeah, because
it makes for a stinkier kit, but I feel like it's
but for the
safer.
safety. Yeah, exactly.
Especially when you're around businesses or residential areas, you know, and then out in the forest, that one you really have to be like 10 times more careful.
Yeah, well,
because
we live in a place that we've got lots of forest fires.
We're
we
desert.
just had like the biggest forest fire last year.
Yes, we did. I was having fires of my own during those, unfortunately, and I got yelled at for it, but for good reason. That brings me into one of my questions. When you guys are chosen to host an event, with the fire comes danger, and with the danger is going to be required the insurance. How do you guys deal with that?
So actually, one of our people, Tina, and like I said, there's people who are good at everything, and goddamn, is she good at like getting keeping us organized? Like
Wildfire Tina.
Yeah, Wildfire Tina.
Yep.
That's a good name.
She's really good at keeping us organized. She's the one who has the knowledge. You know that like us, we're like, well, we could go to the city. She's like, no, you go to this person right here. You know, like she's done it professionally in Texas and I believe Houston.
Yeah, she knows more about that kind of stuff than we do. We've pretty much just been kind of renegading it, you know.
Fair.
Doing what we can get away with.
At least you guys have someone that you can trust doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's always something that could be fraud. It can always be something that could come back and bite you in the ass if you don't know.
Well, so far that's why I focus on safety so much, is because so far we haven't had to have insurance or had to have any kind of issues with it. So.
Except for the Zozobra one, right? Because I think I saw you there just for a moment.
Well,
did I see this last time?
Yeah, this last one, me, Melarie, and Eric were there, but Zozobra provides the insurance for that because they get like
no, actually they don't.
We did.
The gentleman that was in charge of it,
or Shannon, there you go.
Shannon
Morgan.
Yeah, he's the one who got the insurance, and so my question was. I guess it would be a better question for him. Would be how do you gain that when the insurance is like $100,000?
Stupid expensive.
Yeah, because Ray told me like, hey, if you want to do fire this year, you know, we're gonna ask for insurance. I was like, sure, I'll do that.
Well, but see, he has
no, I can't.
Well, see, he has a company, and I believe his company does a lot of different things. So he has a really big insurance already. Good for him.
Hell yeah, man.
And I'll have to talk with Tina about the info, which we can get you that also. But I know at least for a small group, She was saying it wasn't that expensive for
Really?
the year.
Well,
Like,
For the year, okay.
I don't know if it's for the year or for like per event. Like you can buy specialized.
Well,
like, it's like circus insurance.
yeah,
per event.
those
That
ones,
makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I was looking into that, and I know if you go to different insurance providers, they can point you in different directions for single day use, and those ones
Okay.
can be way more expensive.
Yeah.
But the one that Tina was talking about was for
a
the
year?
I believe it was for the year. 'Cause
I
I
want
think
to
she
say
was saying hers
it was like $400 for a year or something.
yeah,
like
it was
that.
some.
Wow.
It was actually really cheap, and
That's
like
nothing.
and it's a big
That's
coverage
nothing.
I
too.
could be wrong on that.
But fire insurance is a way different insurance from any other insurance, and like I know circus insurance, I think can include fire insurance, and I'm not trying to talk out my ass here, but like
Yeah, I'm not
Circus
You know.
insurance, does that like
it
does
involves
it help
like
you with
aerial and different like
and being squished under an elephant
sword
or
swallowing
being
some
and
bitten by a
stuff
tiger?
like that.
Because
Bitten by a tiger.
fuck, I need that insurance ASAP.
I know, right?
I mean, it's really good that you guys have this knowledge and people around you to
Yeah.
help you with that, because when I was doing it by myself, it was kind of scary,
Yeah, it's
really
Yeah.
scary.
it's difficult,
That's
and
why you gotta just keep it controlled and have your safety gear and have your fire safety.
also have
Exactly.
your ears open in case you hear sirens, so you can book it.
You're not playing
Get the
with
hell out of
fire.
there.
You're being safe with fire.
Yeah, don't listen to me on that one. No, no, you got to be safe
Is
with
it-
fire. Like,
Yeah, because he's Izzy on fire. So
Okay. Well, I haven't seen you on fire yet, so let's see about that. Have you guys caught on fire, by the way?
how to have I caught on fire?
Have you guys caught fire?
Well, yeah, that's why my old company name was izheonfire.
I
so
love this.
so the reason why every time I would go to spin, I have the bad habit of wiping my hand on the back of my pant leg
Mm-hmm.
after dipping and after spinning out when we would still spin out. And I would start and I do body wraps, which
Oh, like
when
make
it
contact.
yeah, when it hits, it can leave a little bit of like,
The
and
char
catch-
from it. Okay.
Well, I always had gas on the back of my pants, and all I'd hear is, "Izzy, you're on fire!" I know, no, you're on fire, and it's like, oh, hey, look, and I just stomp on the ground and go out, and I keep going, and people are like, what the fuck, like
Oh,
people
like-
are running with towels and shit to put me out. I'm like, boop.
yeah, it's usually just fuel
That's it.
transfer. So like you
Yeah.
can usually pat it out pretty quickly.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
I did have one mishap for a Halloween show where I wore like a tutu, and that's
Ooh.
super flammable.
Yeah,
So
the
like I was
no-no.
able to pat it out and get it out quick, but still like that was definitely a lesson in like don't wear that kind of shit.
Well, it's,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of things you shouldn't wear, because I've had a mishap where, which luckily, and shout out to our friend Cody, because he fucking saved me on that one.
Cody,
Granted, I was kind of drunk for when I was spinning, so I shouldn't even have been allowed, which I've learned from that. But I was wearing polyester, nylon, like windbreaker style pants,
Okay.
yeah.
and that stuff is super flammable. And if it gets on your skin, and like say someone throws sand, it can turn to glass in your skin.
What?
Yeah, it's
Oh
nuts,
my
dude.
God.
Like I found this out during science class years ago, which is funny. But yeah, like I was, and they were baggy too. So like they caught, and because I was moving my leg forward, the flame was going back, so he was able to and catch it. But
Damn.
I can just imagine how bad of a burnout I had on the back of my thigh, because if you really think about it, your thighs are sensitive to
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah. I mean,
They're
I
just
mean,
sensitive in general.
yeah.
Yeah.
Your whole legs. Have you gotten a
Yeah.
tattoo on your leg?
On the back of my calf.
Ow. Right.
Yeah, the only
Yeah.
thing that sucked is like when they get right in the middle and you can feel it like where your like leg wants to go like that. They hit the nerve and you're like, damn it, don't fucking twitch. But no, when it comes to catching on fire though, like, because I also have a prop that's way bigger. It's called my Gorilla Fist, which they're about 5.5 inches around, which I have in
Damn.
my backpack. I forgot to bring it over.
Ooh.
But
Oh well, here you continue explaining. I'll get it.
all right, yeah, just bring me the backpack. I'll pull it out. But the Gorilla Fist, even with a light soaking, whether it's tiki fuel, kerosene, white gas, which white gas is way different from kerosene.
Yeah, that one's Izzy's.
You want me to get yours?
Sure, if you want.
Yeah, might as well.
Yep.
But with the bigger items, they hold a lot more fuel, and
Thank you very much.
sometimes they can transfer fuel, like large amounts of fuel, onto you a lot quicker. Which this would be my Gorilla Fist,
Oh my God.
whereas this is what I spin on a regular basis.
And isn't that
This is
actually
Gorilla
bigger?
Fist. This?
No. Isn't that a little bigger than the standard?
The style of knot. Yeah, it's. I mean, it kind of is, because then I also have these practice ones. You know, they're about the same
Yeah,
size.
that's about the size of the ones that I have.
Mine were like tiny, but I mean, I got them from Amazon, so hey, never mind.
Word.
Yeah, these are probably actually a lot better.
Yeah,
Professional.
Yeah, look.
But yeah,
See, and then this is
the
Duvetane.
Duvetane.
So, you know, you're supposed to use the flat side, not the fuzzy side.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, either
Huh.
side works though.
Either side
In a
works.
Okay,
pinch.
so I'm not doing something wrong.
No,
No.
well, what we found out recently, or what I found out recently from Tina, was this side has a coating on it though that makes it fire retardant. So this side's less likely to catch on fire than that side.
I see.
Fair.
And then
I don't know. In a pinch though, how
Yeah,
you
just-
grab it, you just
Doesn't
pull that shit
matter.
out, Yeah.
yeah, and you have to like smother. You can't just like pat it because flames will keep shooting out, and you're like, it won't go out.
Got you. So really quick, now that we have our bags out, for those of you that don't know what fire spinning is, what equipment they use, why they use it, why they have it, would you give us like an explanation of what you have in your bag and what is it for? I mean, of course, we got the first one, the
Duvetane.
Duvetane.
Duvetine,
Safety first.
and then that big fucker.
Then my gorilla fist, some practice play. These are technically actually my daughter's. This last event we had planned to be like a little more family friendly and include kids if there were any there.
Fun.
So I had brought those because my daughter's with her mother at the moment. But in my backpack, you know, I keep a Leatherman in case I need if someone's wearing a necklace and it happens to catch through, I have a knife or something to cut through. If my poi seem loose, I can, tighten them.
Well, he also uses the same chain for each of his poi heads.
Yeah, so
I was
I
was
back and
curious
forth.
about that because I saw the monkey fist and it didn't have a chain,
Well,
Yeah.
my
so
my
interchangeable.
We've been able to use his chains on my Lotus poi, which I didn't bring either. They're not as big as his, but they're big fire also.
I believe that's it.
So
I think.
That's
Yeah.
gnarly.
And
Is the backpack itself fire retardant?
No, but I use
That'd
my
be smart,
backpack
though.
because it would. No, I use my backpack because it's waterproof. So if it starts raining, I can throw my stuff in there. Oh, and then a pair of gloves.
yeah, because if your tools
you never
get
know.
wet, they're harder to light the next time. So
Yeah.
actually,
Okay, fair
waterproofing
enough.
is pretty smart. So
Yeah, I think more of the protection of my poi. The backpack, I don't mind if I have to change it.
It doesn't matter.
Put it out with an extinguisher. But sorry about that. One of our guys was calling us. But yeah, and for everyone, it's different.
And what about you, Miss? What do you got in your bag?
so I have poi like the ones that his daughter had, but fire poi.
Fire-
And then these are my doubles, so I got two little fireballs on them.
Sick.
Um,
And so the handle, do you use some? Oh, I see.
so it's got a single, but you can turn it into a double if you want to.
Right, putting
So
two.
It just depends on how you want to hold it.
And then also because each company that you buy poi from will have different styles of chains.
It's true.
And I always tell people, do not get ball chains. Like, the necklace with the ball, like the balls and where it connects. It's basically, it's a ball chain. Like, it's the ball that has the little thing in the middle that connects the two balls.
Oh, like that.
Yeah.
Next to the figure eight.
Yeah. So
Okay.
the reason why we don't use those is because they break apart so easily.
Well, it's just copper.
These ones
flim-
are supposed to be still, but the thing is, they'll if the ball will actually open, and it'll shoot off. And I know this from experience because
Yeah.
I know this from
Sorry.
experience because when I first started spinning my gorilla fists, I would because I'm used to having to spin such a heavy ball that
Right.
I went to go and spin it out, and I spun it so hard and it went flying. And luckily it wasn't on fire. But I also had that happen with my gorilla fist. That's why they don't have a chain, because that chain actually snapped.
Oh shit. I'm sorry.
It happens.
So I just brought my basic kit, so I didn't even bring all the props that I have.
Gotcha.
But in my kit, I have got like a little lantern so we can see at night. I've got fuel, I've got Duvetane, and I've got a burn kit. Just in case
All in
somebody
that?
burns themselves.
Damn.
Yeah. So this is just a small version of my kit.
Gotcha.
In the bottom portion, because I got one of those fancy toolboxes now, the bottom part has my fire hoop, my fans. I have two sets of fire fans and a set of wind fire rings, actually. which are
wind fire rings.
Yeah, they're kind of like mini hoops, but they've got 3 fire spokes on them. They're probably my favorite prop right now.
No way. How long have you been working with those?
Oh, geez, like at least 10 years.
I was gonna say at least since the Zobra.
Yeah.
Because that was technically 11 years ago.
Yeah.
My goodness.
I mean, I've been doing this for 15 years now.
Yeah.
15.
Yeah. So.
How was equipment back then compared to now?
I mean, I still have some of the same poi that I started
And still reliable.
with. Yeah, and I just maybe changed a link here or there, but otherwise, I think some of that equipment was better made than the equipment that I'm getting now.
No, got you.
Yeah, definitely. I know my original Gorilla Fist, if I could find those chains, they're still intact, except I also ended up, because I was in a lot better shape, but I like to beef up my stuff, and I had toe chains. The twist link toe chain, like,
God
so
damn.
you know the ovals, but they're twisted, so that way they overlap each other. And
yes, okay.
And I got them so long that I tied a big knot at the end, so I could do tosses. And so I would spin those, and people would trip out because I had to hand them off. And you see someone spin for a couple of seconds, they're like, nope, and then they'd pass them off. And I would literally have my poi go all the way around in a circle,
and still be lit.
And then I'd go for like a good 10, 20 minutes because we would do. I think one of the times I ended up doing it was a white gas tiki oil mix, and tiki oil burns forever.
Yeah, well, and also it's a little harder when you get transfer because it stays a little longer.
Yeah,
so like
sticks.
white gas is actually a little bit safer.
And actually, I was gonna ask that because usually what I've been spinning with is just regular kerosene, but lately there's been a lot of argument that you shouldn't be using that.
It burns a lot hotter and it's really stinky. So like I have problems with my lungs, so if it smokes a lot, I really don't want to use it. So.
Got you. Well,
yeah, and while you're spinning, it'll give off smoke while you're spinning, but when you extinguish it before it goes out on its own, the smoke is a lot thicker. It's almost as thick as the oil.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
But see, we use what's called white gas, which still burns really hot. I mean, I get all my burns from it.
Yeah,
I mean,
it evaporates.
It's all hot.
Yeah, it's fire. It's hot.
Well, I mean,
but the white gas evaporates a lot easier, a lot quicker.
Different.
So, like, if you get some transfer, it's easier to pad out, and then you're good. You're solid.
And
it's not gonna
make
you run around.
And from what we found out from our friend Tina, who has a lot more knowledge, it's easier to get away with using it inside if the building's ventilated enough for it because it doesn't give off as much fumes.
It's not as stinky for sure.
In what occasions do you spin fire inside?
It's a very rare occasion.
Very rare.
Okay, that's what I was thinking because I've never seen it.
And like I said, it's well-ventilated area. So, like, say a building can open up an entire wall. That would be, you know what I mean? And like for I don't know if you've ever seen a wedding, but where you have, but a wedding video where they open up the wall and there's people like spitting fire right there, and some of them will come in, but there's a view right behind it. Or the DJ will be right in front of the view, and it's like a lake or a really grassy field.
I know, I'm like, where's this at? I want to go.
I want to go.
Right?
What wedding was this?
Right? I went to a wedding in Colorado, and it was
here, though.
Yeah.
Okay, that kind of makes more sense.
I'm pretty sure there's places like that here, probably like in Las Campanas, because Las Campanas seems like they have the money to do that.
Yeah, but are they really going to? I've seen a lot of houses out there. I have not seen something like that. Not yet.
Well, but then there's also houses that have like really big windows. You know what I mean? So like during the winter, the person can be outside the window and everyone can watch from the inside.
That's kind of what's happening at the El Dorado Tap House is we're spinning where everybody can see us. So you can be inside having a beer and still see us spinning our fire. So.
No shit.
Yeah, you guys can be warm and we can be sort of warm with
our
fire. I mean, we're warm with that, but it's still freaking cold right now.
Yeah. When is it supposed to be getting warm? By April?
I think
May?
I think we're getting close to spring. Probably like 20 days or so.
No, New Mexico. No, everyone's gonna be bitching about the cold so much that New Mexico's gonna be like, all right, hold my beer.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's literally that state. You can't have all 4 seasons in one day. New Mexico, hold my beer. I actually have a meme of that on my phone too.
Talking about New Mexico, by the way, because this is Tea Talks and Talks Local. Where are you guys from?
New Mexico, born and raised.
Both of y'all.
Well, I'm from here in New Mexico, but I'm from Santa Fe specifically.
Okay, and what about you?
Well, so I grew up in Taos, but I'm from Espanola, Santa Clara. So.
No way. Why are you here in Santa Fe?
So I always wanted to live in Santa Fe. Like
It's quiet. It's a little bit more.
I don't know. There's just something about it that I always wanted to live here. And then my boyfriend's from Tucumcari, and he always wanted to live here too. So
Tucumcari, New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Tucumcari.
Yeah, it's.
I've never heard of that.
Like
southeast.
Oh, I thought it was northeast. I was gonna mess that
Yeah,
up.
if you head out towards Vegas and go that way. So.
Does he spin as well?
No, well, he's a DJ. He spins music.
Ooh.
Yeah, he does.
It's kind of like the perfect relationship, isn't it?
Yeah, actually. Yeah, a lot of times we'd get booked together, and he would DJ, and I would fire dance during his set or whatever.
Gnarly.
So, yeah,
and then
cool.
that's normally
and
where I end up getting called in too, because
Yeah.
fucking they're like, "Hey, we need somebody to spin." What?
Come
Both.
on.
Well, and he's also our fire safety on a lot of occasions.
So that brings me into two questions. How many people do you actually have on a safety
team?
Exactly.
So let's put it this way: 3 people spinning, you need the bare minimum of 2 sets of eyes. Okay, so you need 2 safeties minimum. We
for
prefer
three spinners.
3 people. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's minimum. Normal, but also if you really think about it, if Melarie's spinning, not only is Justin watching, so is Eric over here, I'm over there, you know.
Right.
Because I could be in queue to come and spin right after.
Yeah, we
I'm
kind
still
of keep
waiting.
an eye on each other.
It's
Smart,
and that's
smart.
the thing is I guess you could say like, because we're not really a troop, but we are. But our whole troop, it's everybody watching everybody. So one of our safeties normally is always by the fire, or someone from the group is always by not by the fire, by the fuel. So that way people who are smoking or, you know, about to light up a cigarette do not catch our stuff on fire or don't blow it up. Because, I mean, a gas can always have a little, or one of the cans can always have a little puncture and fumes could come out. A little bit of fire goes in and then that will explode.
That's crazy.
And then we're in trouble.
Yep. Or injured. Or both.
Or both.
And now the insurance come in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Thank God there's not like any immediate story of that happening. Right?
Surprisingly, no.
Okay.
I don't have any.
Well, I mean, has it ever happened recently here in Santa Fe?
Well, the thing is, when we would spin, like, our safety would still be, someone who was doing safety would still be the fire, by the fire stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone who was watching us, like, because we started in, by going to raves and spinning fire at those and watching other people spin. But, like, everybody that would go to the shows to participate would see us from over there. Like, they'd stay over there where the fire is. Because they're more focused on that, you know, like, because it's captivating, like, with the right music, and if you're able to follow the flow of the music,
I know,
you know, it's a very beautiful thing to see. And, I mean, if you really think about it, you have 1 or 2 people spinning, people are crowded around that, especially if there's a bonfire right by them, because we'll go up, light off the bonfire, and then just start spinning, and, like, you'll see someone walk up all nonchalant, like, do-do-do, wham, and then start going.
I know, I love that.
And then, also what we'll do is we'll do tag-ins. So when someone will come in, like when we would be at events like that, hey, light me. And you would both like throw your pop towards each other and they would light.
That's sick.
That was my favorite way because I'd always just swing one and someone would light me and then I'd start spinning and it was always with my gorilla fist.
Yeah, because then you'd have 2 fire dancers at the same time until one went out, and then you'd have another one. They'd get their moment. You know?
So it was like a fade trade-off.
Kind of, yeah.
I like that.
And the only time that didn't really happen was I would go out and, like I said, I would hand off my play. I'd still be spinning. People would be like, "Hey, light me." Here's one. Oh, you too. And then like I'd light like 8 different people because they were like, "I need a light off Izzy," and I'm like, and I'd still be going.
I've had people at parties ask me to light their cigarette, and I'm like, I'll just hold it. You do you. If you get burned, that's on you.
That's on you.
But
I've seen a lot of people do it.
People
and
like
just
to do it.
So hesitant.
I've done it a couple of times. I haven't done it recently.
How big that fire is.
Well,
you get close, and it's just like,
Well, no,
holy shit.
You know what? I have a funny story. So you remember Epi, right?
Yeah.
So we had a friend. His rap name was Epinephrine, but he went by Epi.
Epinephrine. Okay, I like this. I like him so far.
He's cool. He was cool. Well, I remember I had just stopped dating the mother of my first daughter, and I went to this show up in El Gancho because a friend of ours, Danny Boy Skips, and a couple other guys had gotten a house in El Gancho with again big windows. And
so it's perfect.
I'm spinning. It's my first time out there. You know, I'm the resident fire dancer / security guy. Because they didn't want their parties getting rowdy, which they never really did. sometimes. But you know, I would be out there spinning, and I remember Epi, the first time he ever went up, Izzy, let's see how close you can get. And me, I'm like, whatever. I knew I was far enough away where if the flame went, it would barely like kiss his nose, and then it'd come back. It's like closer, 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 and I'm like, I did it one last time. I pull away. His hair's like right back here. His eyebrows are missing. He has no nose hair. His mustache and
what the fuck?
Like all this is gone. Well, with the gorilla fist, like if I fully soak him and I put him down, and after lighting him, it's a 2-foot tall flame.
Well,
it's a big
in a little
flame.
bit, maybe you can convince him to light his.
I was gonna ask actually, is that the one that you're gonna be lighting?
Yeah, that was the one I was planning on.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
By the way, guys, if you are on audio, if you are interested in checking out a couple clips of these guys spinning after the podcast, because Instagram only lets me do an hour. Whatever is left over is going to be some clips of them spinning. It's going to be sick. I'm very excited for this.
I didn't bring all my stuff, but I do have my doubles and I do have my staff. So.
Ooh,
Yeah, so
can I play with your stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been mine broke, and I just never got another one.
Actually,
kind of sad.
I made my own staff and it got stolen.
I'm sorry.
So the one that I have now isn't my ideal staff, but it belonged to the lady that organized the fire dancers for Zozobra back in 2012.
Which her name was Stephanie Huerta.
Yeah, she
R.I.P.
has since
Steph.
passed away, but she was amazing. She was like a belly dancer and did all kinds of other fire stuff too. I learned a lot from her.
I doubt it. Is it the same woman that just had a child like about 3 years ago?
No, she passed away quite a while ago.
Okay.
But they just recently got around to selling her stuff, so I went to the sale and happened to score a couple of her fire tools.
Oh my god, that's so
and so
sweet.
it's a little shorter than I would like, and so I'm in the process of making a new one that's the right length.
Okay.
But yeah, I like making my own tools too.
So when you mean staff, because I've learned that there's two different types. There's the flow staff and the contact staff. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the difference between those two?
So Eric has a contact staff.
Yeah, it's a contact flow staff because you can do both.
Yeah, I had originally bought it for myself, but it was too long, and he seemed like he liked it, so I was like, take it.
Take it.
Yeah, but like a regular staff, you can still do more traditional moves, you know, like a badon twist and toss up.
Yeah.
You can do kind of like what they do in Hawaii, like the Polynesians with their fire knives.
Oh, okay.
So you can do like depending on the size, you can do fast, slow,
Yeah.
big movements.
I do more flow stuff. I don't really do a whole lot of contact.
And
okay.
Whereas
probably could learn some contact.
If you wanted
I'm not
to.
opposed to it. I just haven't.
Yeah. Whereas like with a contact staff and a basic contact staff, we're not even talking about a dragon staff, which is way bigger.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
But,
a couple of our girls do dragon staffs. Actually, that's a lot of fire too.
Danny, right?
No.
Is Danny? No, she's not.
So it's.
Oh, she's a dancer. Hi.
Yeah, I
out.
believe she does fans. I don't think she does staff.
She was with us at the beginning, but she hasn't been part of.
Yeah, she's doing her own things.
Yeah.
I think with the Electric Playhouse. I'm not 100% sure on
Ooh,
that.
So right now
yes, that's
just-
right.
There's just the 5 of us, so it's the 2 of us, Eric, Tina, and Nicole.
Yeah, and both Tina and Nicole both do
The dragon staff.
The dragon staff, and I'm sure they can do a lot more with contact as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the dragon staff also, you know, it's full length, but it has spokes coming out the each end. So on the end, it'll go, you know, on each end it'll be 2 going up, 2 going like that. I'm sure there's even more on some.
I think there's 4.
Well, because there's also the ones that have it coming out of the side too.
That's true. So like 4 or 5 spokes. I
And
don't know. It's a lot of fire.
I've seen the ones with. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. I've seen a dragon staff with a hell of a lot of heads, but the most classic one is just a 4, right? Where it's just like the cross at both ends.
Yeah,
I think so.
And I'm pretty sure you could have there's probably some crazy person out there that has like 8 of them on that.
Oh yeah.
And it's like it's inevitable. I mean, like it's like me with my gorilla fist. Everyone had their own, and then here comes Izzy, Mr. Big Fire, and it's like so.
Of course, you got to steal the show with it.
Always. That was my favorite part about doing shows was people would be spinning and I'd pop up always late, you know, because that's the fashion, you know, and I'd
fashionably
pop up,
late.
and people, and like I remember, because one of our friends Skips, I think it was Get Grizzly or Grizzly 3, wasn't that the same one? Get Grizzly.
I'm not sure.
Well, anyways, I showed up late and where have you been? I've been waiting for you. I told you to get here with me. I was like, I had to work, dude. Like, relax.
Damn.
Let me go soak. I'll be right back. He's like, all right, well, I'm about to go on. I'm glad you got here just now. I'm like, got it. And I remember I came out and I remember I was like, excuse me. And some people saw me and all I hear is, Izzy. Oh my God, look, it's Izzy.
Shit.
Izzy, look. And like, I've never felt so like proud of myself until that day when I'm like, God damn, how many fucking people know me? Like, what the hell? And so, yeah, I remember I stole the show kind of. And I remember
he's being sweet.
Well, kind of, because me and Skips, when he would spin music and I'd spin fire with him, I could spin to hit whatever he would spin, whether it's dubstep, house. He didn't really do trance. I think he did drum and bass once, but I mean, either way, I kept up with whatever anybody spun with. So for me, it's like whoever I'm partnered with, like fire wise, I can keep up with. But then. Yeah, it kind of made dating a little hard because then I would start dating someone. I'd be like, hey, just so you know, I spin fire. You're going to see a lot of people coming up to say hi to me, guys and girls. Don't get mad. Just, it happens. Especially when we'd go to Albuquerque, I'd go to raves. Izzy, oh my God, where have you been, dude?
How did she take it?
They fucking hated that shit. They're like, you give your attention to everybody.
That just means you're with the wrong girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, it
Preach
normally
it.
does. Yeah, I've only had one or two that like at first were cool with it, and then
How's the current one? Is she treating you right?
I'm not with anybody. I'm single. I'd stay single until something comes around because I'm like, I'm not the same old young me that's like, you're pretty. I'm gonna make you mine.
Yeah, you're not as shallow.
Yeah, well, it wasn't even just that because like a lot of the girls that I dated, yes, they were very pretty, but there was something about their personalities and stuff that I would go after too. You know what I mean? And like we would compliment each other, but also there was a lot of toxicity because we like to party all the time, and so partying leads to a lot of other things.
Well, yeah, when the drugs come into play, it's
for some of us,
it gets tricky.
And I know for myself, after a while, I can get jealous because like they'll feed off of like my energy of like how much attention I get, and other people will give them attention like, oh, you're Izzy's girlfriend. See, and I've literally caught guys trying to hit on girls that I've dated, so it's like
I never really understood the jealousy thing. Like, you could talk to whoever you want to, and I should be able to talk to whoever I want to as long as we're going home together.
Yeah, well, but my thing is more of a say you have a boyfriend at least. I don't care who the fuck you talk to, but like it's when someone starts hitting on you, it's like, whoa, dude, like I have a boyfriend, like that's him right over there. I mean, like it was just more of a respect thing when it came to that for us.
Yeah,
if they're being shady and not
it was more of a shady kind of thing.
See, that's different. But yeah, like
it's a bit of a tricky thing when you talk about the clubs because there's a lot of videos out there. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it on Facebook where they talk about the statistics with men and women. But one of them that I really love is if you're gonna be my wife, I'm gonna expect you to be home. Where you are in the comforts of my house. Blah blah blah. Anyways, he was talking about later how when a woman goes out to do her thing, to be a boss-ass bitch and dress the way she does, keep in mind, what if your man went out doing the exact same thing and it was under the exact same circumstances? You're going out looking provocative. You're going out with other beings that are trying to buy you drinks and get you intoxicated to take advantage of you. They are trying to take you away from your significant other. They have no thoughts about giving a crap about your boyfriend. You're just there just to party. You're seen as an object. And so the biggest question, the biggest conversation topic was, if you're going to be a wifey and want a biblical man, then are you going to be a biblical woman?
Oh, you mean like traditional?
Yeah, exactly. You can't be asking for a traditional man if you're not going to be a traditional woman, and you still want to be a boss-ass bitch.
The way I see it, because I've seen a lot
of... It's complicated.
You have to have, like, really open communication in your relationship and be secure in your relationship in order for stuff like that to work.
Of course.
But
that's the hard part.
And take safety precautions. Like, if you're going to be going out drinking by yourself without your man, like, at least take your drink with you to the bathroom. Like, don't leave it on the counter.
Go with
that is a smart thing.
Girlfriends, or, a guy go with one of your guy friends, you know what I mean?
Take one of your friends with you. I don't know.
No, I know. It's the problem is there's no communication. There's not that trust, because within this society right now, it's all about glam. It's all about sexy. It's all about what you can offer.
Well, but then
it's all about
also,
Tinder.
There's also
it's not about the personality. It's about, oh, you're cute. I like you right away.
Well, but also it's like you can't like, because I've also seen some of those podcasts where people are like, the lady asks, well, what do you bring to the table? But the moment the guy asks, it's like, well, I don't have to tell you shit and this and that. I'm like, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna ask me, I could at least ask you.
Yes.
What the fuck?
I'm so glad I'm not single.
I don't even.
It's a weird dating pool. Let me tell you.
Yeah, well, and that's also why, like, for me, I'm just like, if someone comes around, someone comes around. If not, then fuck it. I don't give a fuck.
Well, you heard it here first, ladies. Izzy Cortes is single. Where can we find you?
Too.
What's your Instagram, Facebook, Tinder?
God, I'll have to. Give you that so that way we can post, because I do not know that off the top of my head. I am not gonna lie to you.
Well, I'll make it easy for you. I know he has a Facebook. Okay, look at this face. Look at this gorgeous face. Look this face up on Facebook for Ismael Cortes.
Ismael. There's no H.
What?
It's Ismael.
What did I say? Did I say Ish?
Yeah.
Ismael. My bad.
You can find
Hence
me.
Izzy.
It's Ismael Cortes on Facebook.
Look how red he is.
Actually,
oh my God.
His Instagram is izheonfire. It's izheonfire.
Find him, ladies. Go hunting.
Yep.
He's a good guy too. I've known him for a minute, so.
I've known him for a long time too. He's a good guy.
You can also find me anywhere. I'm normally walking around somewhere.
Whatever.
I
Where?
Am, dude.
The only place I've ever seen you is your job.
Whoa.
And
my
actually,
job,
no, all subs.
All subs.
Yeah. Yeah. Latest night.
Yeah. No, that we had just left one of my daughter's events because she also does violin and stuff. So.
That's right. I remember she was telling me about that. Congrats on her for her.
Oh yeah.
The art is definitely moving within the family.
Oh, it's always been.
So I really want to know if let's say I am doing a 25-year anniversary and I want some fire dancers.
Oh yeah.
Who do I contact? Who do I talk to? What's the first step?
We have a group Instagram, which I'll pull it up right now.
Actually, I can give you my phone number. It hasn't changed since high school, so
there you go.
Probably won't ever change.
Yeah, well, there's that, and then I think we also have an email. I don't have that one off the top of my head.
Well, just to make sure, if you do want to put your number out there, this is on YouTube, so I don't know if you want your number on YouTube.
I'll give it to you.
She's not single, guys.
I'm
okay?
not single. Nope.
This gorgeous lady is taken by who?
Justin Rael. We've been together for 14 years.
Lucky me. 14.
Yep.
So you can look us up as the Santa Fe Flow Collective on Instagram.
Santa Fe Flow Collective on Instagram, guys. No Facebook?
We don't have, or we do have a. Do we have a Facebook?
I think we do have a Facebook.
I think it just started. That's
Obviously,
why we're
we
not.
don't do a lot of the social media.
I can be your guys' social
so.
if you need me to. Like I'm.
Well, that's cool.
Hey.
Let's see. It's probably still also under Santa Fe Fire and Flow. Yeah, it's the Santa Fe Flow Collective, both on Instagram and on Facebook. On Instagram, there's no spaces in it.
Okay. I'm a 52-year-old event coordinator. That's like really old school, and I don't have Instagram. How do I get in contact with you?
Well, we have an email for that as well.
That's what I was looking for. What is it, buddy?
On the page.
Oh no.
Oh, it's again.
By the way,
SantaFeFireFlow@gmail.com. We'll make sure Taylor has links to all of our info.
Yeah. I'm going to be putting it into the description below. And by the way, any 52-year-old, I apologize. I'm not insulting you. I will be 52 one day.
One day.
I'm about to be 29 and I feel like I'm fucking 50. My body's just hurting.
Oh, I
Liquor treats me differently now.
Oh, I'm like this close to 40, so I feel
Yeah, I'm going to be 31, but I've fallen off of enough roofs doing construction that my body hurts.
Actually, like, I'm super sore every day after we do a night of fire.
Really?
Like, it takes me a couple days to recover now.
So what are you guys doing if you're not doing flow?
If I'm not doing flow, I'm either waiting tables or bartending, over at the alley.
Gnarly. One of the best spots in Santa Fe. Definitely check it out, guys.
Or if I'm not there, I'm at home relaxing, playing video games, or hanging out with my kid. And I mean, she plays video games with me too. So
that's nice. That's a genuine click.
Oh yeah, we game together. She's my battle buddy.
There you go.
I work for Santa Fe Cats and Felines and Friends. So we're trying to rescue as many cats and kittens as we can in Santa Fe County.
Which check out their page, by the way, because they have a lot of cats up for adoption.
Oh yeah, lots of kitties.
What if I know someone who needs to have her cat adopted? Not the person to talk to.
That one's going to be a little difficult.
Yeah, you can call the Felines and Friends phone number. Just look them up on YouTube or Google.
Okay.
Felines and Friends. They've got a website. They've got a phone number that you can call. But we're the only ones taking in cats right now. Santa Fe Animal Shelter hasn't been taking any in lately. So we're taking a lot in. We got a bunch of ferals right now. So
where do you keep these cats?
So we have a facility off of Tano Road.
Tano Road.
Yeah. So if you guys want to donate to Felines and Friends, we would appreciate it.
I was going to be a smartass and say in their pockets, but you know.
I mean, the little ones will fit in your pocket.
Oh, the tiny little babies. Oh my God! But then they get no.
They make sweatshirts
Some of them
for that
get
where you
giant.
can. You've never seen one of those the cat sweatshirts? It literally has a flap and a pocket you can put a cat in.
Can I put my guinea pig in that?
More likely,
Or my ferret? Or my rabbit?
Yeah, they're huge.
Oh my God!
Yeah, you could probably fit one of the rabbits that get about like that big. You could probably fit one of those.
Oh my God! We're getting off topic, guys. We need to go back to this. So we got into the whole fire thing. You guys been doing it for 10+ years. Yeah. You guys basically are professionals at this point. When did the event coordinating start? Because I'm assuming you guys been a part of a couple and then got into it and learned, okay, this is how you connect. This is how you...
Well,
I mean, I've been throwing events with our little group of people for 14+ years, actually. So,
nice.
Yeah,
okay.
and mostly we did outdoor events. So we did a lot of stuff in Taos, a lot of stuff in the Hemes. So, like... And we never charged anything either. It was just for the love of getting people together and like spending time with our friends and our family. So.
Any excuse to spin is like a payment by itself, isn't it?
Yeah, any reason for us to like be able to do what we wanted. If we wanted to spin fire without having to ask permission, or we want our whatever DJs on the lineup, you know, we got to pick whoever got to play. So
and
having full control, that's good.
Yeah, and it was always for like our birthday parties. So like August, September.
You know, Virgos, Leos. No bullshit. Those were some of the names of the party. Yeah. There was the Virgos, and then it switched to Leo. And I remember that.
Yeah, we used to have a little group called Speaker Zombies, and we had a really good little family. Everybody would come together, and it was like everybody just knew what they needed to do to make the event successful. We had people who ran the sound, which was usually like Pat or Curdy. Hi, guys. Or we'd have people who would take care of the fire, or you know, people who would bring decorations, you know,
and food,
and people who would cook for everybody. Yeah, and so like it was just the perfect little family. But everybody's got to grow up sometime.
Not only that, but a lot of people, they were always in inter family fights also. So that one also did kill a lot of the families, you know what I mean? Not in our group. Or that broke
We're all still friends.
That broke up connection. Well, no. Okay, I shouldn't say inside each family. It's the groups that would help each other out the most always ended up separating because one or two people would not see eye to eye. You know, like,
that's any family, any band, any group, any team.
It was always. Well, to some of us, we think it's insignificant, but to them, they're like, well, you said I had this slot. Why don't I have this slot? Well, I'm never playing with you again kind of shit. So then they would tell everybody that was with them not to play with them.
The DJ ego was something that I learned how to manage very well, actually.
It happened with some of the fire stuff, too. More with some of our friends in Albuquerque.
With the DJs, I think.
Yeah, more the DJs. But,
are DJs the drama queens of the music scene?
Yeah, because, like, you design a whole flow of like how you want the evening to go. You know, you want your house music to go into your drum and bass or however you want it to flow, right? And so you have certain slots, but then people get this idea in their head. They're like, well, it doesn't matter if that's the flow of the party. I deserve a headline slot, you know? So, and it's like, well, you probably do, but not for this event. So you have to like talk people down. And
maybe if you ask nicer.
That's the thing too. If somebody came and yelled at me because they didn't like their spot, well, whatever. I'll get somebody else to play. I'll give another DJ a second slot. Like, I don't put up with the ego.
That's the hardest part.
Yeah, that is the hardest part. And then with the event coordinating thing, like, I helped people with their like not really the planning, but like again, street team. I was out talking with people like. Check out this show. Come to this. Go to here. If you don't know where to find information, here's the page, and like, again, because I talk a lot, which I'm sure everyone's finally realized.
Hey,
But
great for a podcast.
yeah, it is. But I know for myself, it made it a lot easier for me to like meet again, network and meet people, and like I was able to get us pretty good turnouts at shows on the ones that I was allowed to advertise like that.
Right.
Because some of them were more family for like our families and stuff. And so we kept it more like if you're invited, it's by word of mouth, and I need to ask them.
Intimate.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
very intimate.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's more like what I liked.
How many, like, I know it's a bit of a weird question, but if you guys were able to number the Flow families within Santa Fe, would you be able to? Or not even Santa Fe, but like within...
Just New Mexico as a whole.
Yeah, like New Mexico. Like, if you guys know any. Because, I mean,
Albuquerque definitely has
They have-
some.
They have a lot.
Yeah,
Or they
I don't
did.
really know.
A lot of
all
family.
them.
Yeah, because I mean, like I can name a couple off the top of my head for Albuquerque. I remember there was the mindful of the levels, or the mindful Jedi's for their flow team. There was.
I remember that name.
Well, 'cause they
It's
were a
crazy.
production.
Yeah, they were a
crew
production
also.
company. I mean,
Oh.
if we're also including production crews too, I mean,
Oh yeah, we can name a
because
bunch of them.
technically, I
Damn.
mean, there was Redfish, Big Red Entertainment,
Sound Violation,
Sound
Mind, Body,
Violation.
and Soul.
Sound Violation.
Those are a couple
Sinful
of our
Events.
That sounds really sick.
Center Course Sound.
Yeah, Blue and Green. There were so many.
NM
It sounds like
Tribe.
there's...
Yeah.
Oh my God.
NM Tribe is still going strong too.
Oh yeah,
actually.
he's still throwing his shows, and
Yeah.
I keep meaning
Hi,
to.
James.
I keep meaning
Oh,
to
it's off.
go and check that out.
Hey. Oh, wait, no. It's just telling me low battery? What?
Oh no.
What do you mean low battery? This technology is getting to me, man. I know, we're still recording though, but...
Well,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Sorry, folks.
Yeah. So as far as like production companies, there's a lot of those out there.
Yeah, there's always
But
has
as
been.
far as like fire dancers, fire
Well, I
troops,
mean, we all have our groups. I think in Albuquerque, at least from what I've seen, whoever throws those party in the parks, there's so many different like little
I think
cliques
there's
that
been a
show
couple
up.
of different groups that have done the party in the park.
Yeah, and it's not just flow; it's music too, which is over at Roosevelt Park in Albuquerque.
I
If
mean,
you guys
can't
ever get
really
the chance,
have flow without music.
yeah,
I mean, you can. It's just not as fun.
yeah, exactly. And then I know there was an aerial group in Rose Park over here. They would do like slackline, because there's these
Yeah.
two trees that they would tie onto there, and I think Patrick Smith. I might be tripping on that one.
I don't know. There's lots of flow artists in New Mexico, though. There's
Gotcha.
definitely more now than there was when we first started, though.
So if there was anybody out there that wanted to be going into a fire family, basically New Mex, what is it, Santa Fe Flow? Crap,
Flow Collective.
Flow Collective.
Santa
There you
Fe
go.
Flow Collective.
I'm assuming that would be a pretty good start.
Yeah, so a
Big-
good that would be a good start. Just show up to one of our events, come chat with us.
Yeah, we're open to teaching.
They don't
so-
bite.
Yeah, we're
Hard.
open to
We're very
teaching.
friendly.
Where we don't bite. I mean, I know for myself when people come up like, "Hey man, can I spin?" Yeah, let me just give you the rundown. No smoking
Mhm.
near the fuel. You can't be drinking while you're spinning. Not can, but
I don't know.
there's like
he's
little.
more likely to hand off his tools than I am. I'm a little
Well,
more
yeah,
protective of
and
mine.
but and that's the
Understood.
thing too is like, because then I have more control. Like, hey man, you're not being safe. I told you don't
Yeah.
do that. Do this. But like we do have like a little guideline sheet that we give people if they want to spin. We had one guy which the confidence that this guy had, and then he's like, I've never done that before. I was like, you're not touching my shit again.
Yeah.
Because like he read it and he's like, I can follow this. I was like, word. He's like, hey
Yeah,
man.
that's what they say, right?
Yeah, no, and he did. He listened to what we told him, which made me happy. But I told him, I was like, you cannot do this again. Like, do not ever do that again.
Mhm.
You have to kind
Well, because
of.
it
yeah.
comes with its endangerments.
Yeah, well,
Of course.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like, don't get me wrong.
Take it
I don't
serious.
like. Yeah, I don't. None of us like to police our stuff, but like, sometimes you have to.
You have to, because a lot of people are like, "Oh, that looks fun. Let me give it a try."
Well, fire is
And
an
then-
element too. Like you
Yep.
need to have a healthy fear of it. You have to have a respect for it too.
Of course, of course.
I mean, we still get burned pretty often. Like, not badly.
yeah,
but-
I'm looking at
Well,
his.
Yeah, that's why I wear my bracelets so that way people can't see them right off the
So-
bat.
By the way, guys, really quick. Oh my God, I'm so loud. See, I'm the loud one. He said he was loud. I doubt that. I want to say bye to the video guys. Instagram is about to stop recording, but as soon as it does, you guys are going to be seeing some of this fire right now. So basically, like literally in about 30 seconds, it's going to go black, right?
Okay.
And then it's basically just going to be shots of you guys just spinning, and we're just going to be talking. So you can be like, oh, yeah, right here I'm doing this, and like, oh, this move is called this, you know what I mean? And then I'll like crop it in or something. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to try it. Really am. Thank you for watching, everybody. We
Thanks,
really
guys.
appreciate you.
Thank you.
We're not going to stop recording, but it's just like, see, there it is. Bye, Instagram. Thank you for everything that you were doing for me. I don't understand why it's being such a bitch.
Have you tried using Facebook Live?
Not yet.
Or
But I will be doing that soon.
Yeah, because I have a feeling that because I swear I've seen people go over an hour.
Facebook does. Facebook lets you do over 4 hours.
Okay.
Last I checked, it was like 4 hours and such. But I want to grow the Instagram a little bit, so that's why I'm doing it live here. Then I'm going to do it live on Facebook, and then hopefully grow that one, and then let's see what happens. But I'm not really sure what's going to be happening yet.
Look, if you have Wi-Fi, you can get just a little burner phone. There's your Facebook. Do both at the same time.
Why didn't I think of that?
Not right away, but you know, like
No,
in the
of
future.
course. And I can actually just get a GoPro and just connect it. I just don't know how to do that yet.
I know. There's a way to do it. I think. Look up YouTube video. Fuck.
Yeah. Anyways,
YouTube has everything.
that's not a very interesting topic to talk about. Sorry, guys. I kind of got off on that. On a tangent. By the way, if you guys ever want to tune in on Whose Tangent Is It Anyway live on Wednesdays, best podcast in Santa Fe. Don't judge it. Just believe me. We're not. Hopefully one day. But let's see about that. Anything you guys want to say before we get off? By the way, you guys are spinning right now, technically.
Yeah,
so
you'll catch fire the fire flowers, which will be 4, 5, 3 points. Triquetras.
All right, so I'm gonna edit you doing fire flowers.
Flowers, yeah.
Okay, you're doing them right now, just slow motion. It's like gonna be sick music in the back. Just wait.
Yeah, it'll have the different flowers. I have a hard time switching between 4 and 5, but I can at least do my triquetras and the 4s.
Triquetra?
A triquetra, so it's a 3-leaf flower, or it's a 3-point flower, and then it has a circle going around it. It's like a Celtic symbol.
I've
Is
got
it
a little like a patch for you actually that has the symbol on it.
A patch?
Yeah, I do block printing, so I made a little block of it. So I mean, it's not like a really nice professionally made patch. It's just like a little thing that I do.
Thank you.
As a thank you for having us here.
Shh. I hope I can get like the entire collective up here for a podcast to chime in a little bit of info. I was curious to ask you something. Is the move that you're talking about the one where you have to move your hand
the one
clockwise?
Arm's going in a circle, and the other ones, the other ones you're doing what's called an anti-spin, where your hands are going opposite. You know what I mean?
And if your arm is going clockwise, the point is supposed to go counterclockwise. So it's going opposite of the direction you're going.
It's going.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I can do it with one hand. It's going like.
Okay, goddamn.
Yeah.
What's the hardest thing to learn? What's the hardest thing you've ever learned on that thing? On poi specifically.
Not do it yourself. I still hit myself.
I think it's kind of like an everybody thing. Yeah, I hit my nuts last time. I was like, I thought I was good at this. Yeah, you're kind of rusty.
I mean, you gotta hit yourself in order to learn how not to hit yourself.
Oh my god.
Yeah, which by the way, don't put baseballs in socks. That's how I learned.
Baseballs,
but I learned through pain.
Okay, fair.
Because a tennis ball hits you, you're like, what the fuck? And then a baseball hits you, and you're on the ground, like, what the fuck just happened?
That's crazy.
Who hit me?
I started practicing with rice and balloons inside.
I tried that, but like when
long ass socks
or beans.
or beans.
See, I tried both of those, but like the baseball had the perfect weight. Like it is almost as heavy as when I have my gorilla fists.
Really?
Almost. But also, I mean, like, cause I used my socks from soccer, so like I got those to stretch out as far as they could go, tighten on at the end, and I got good real fast though.
That's the best way to practice, actually, isn't it?
But move wise, I want to say doing anti-spin, where one hand's going clockwise and the other one's going counterclockwise, so your arms are moving opposite of each other.
Okay.
And then making the poi do the same thing. So you're doing anti-spins with your arms and your thing. It's easier to show you instead of like trying to.
No. Yeah, we're definitely gonna get it. What's one of your hardest moves?
I mean, I don't really. I'm not as technical as Izzy is.
Okay.
I'm definitely more of like a flower. I don't know what.
I was thinking the same word, and I was
Yeah.
just like, that's so generic,
Yeah,
but it's
but
it's the best word.
I flow more than I do like moves, you know. So the hardest thing for me was probably learning how to transition and how to be able to be fluid and how to move around the fire or have the fire move around me
Right.
while I'm moving. So, and I'm still learning about that.
Mhm.
Like, I still feel like I have a really long way to go. Like, I mean, we get paid gigs, so technically, I guess we are professionals, and we've been doing it for a long time. So I guess technically we're professionals, but I definitely
Right.
don't feel that way.
As
feel
an
like-
artist, do you ever though?
I
Like,
don't think so.
there's always room
Well,
for improvement.
Well, I think the thing also is like the more humility you have for the art and the more passion you have for the art, the less you are inclined to be like, I'm professional. You're gonna be like, I don't know if I'm a professional yet, man.
Yeah. I mean, I'm an artist too, so like I do painting and jewelry and all this other stuff too.
Really?
And I want to learn all these different mediums, so I feel like I always have something to learn. And I feel
Right.
like that's the same thing with, like, I just got my fire hula hoop. I want to
Fun.
learn all the things. I want to learn, I don't know.
Yeah,
Got you.
And I know, at least for myself, you know, because like art-wise, you know, I do spoken word. I fucking like, so I do spoken word. I spin fire, DJ. I have to keep my daughter on in tune, so I have to like stop what I'm doing, listen, and be like, no, hit that string, not that string.
Yeah.
How do you,
have
know,
to be
Dad, you were in
intensive.
that practice? Trust me. And then she does. She's like, oh, it's like,
Mm-hmm. So
also-
much better.
oh yeah, but like I also listen to a lot of mariachi and classical, so it's like I know what song you're playing. Trust me. I looked it up. I looked up a tutorial too, so trust me.
I love it. God. And by the way, Mallory, what is your plugs? What are your plugs for Instagram? Because you said you did other art.
Yeah.
Do we get to see the fire and your other artwork in your Instagram?
I do a lot of stuff on my Instagram. I don't think it's really open to the public, but send me a friend request. I might accept it.
Okay.
It's the turquoise spiral on Instagram.
That's a really cool name.
You're probably going to see a lot of cats, a lot of cat photos.
Okay, fair
Yeah,
enough.
so-
What's your picture? What should we keep an eye out for?
I think it's the one that's on your flyer, actually, with the cat face.
Ah, okay, with the skeleton face.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yep.
Which, by the way, guys, if you guys haven't seen the flyer, definitely check it out. It's a very unique one. I spent a good grip taking out all the sky out of yours specifically,
Word.
and then yours was just a pain in the ass because you were just two balls, and I just like to crop out everything.
It looks really good, though. I like the way you did it. So.
Thank you, Lindsay. By the way, or
Okay.
I don't know why I'm looking at the camera. I'm so used to it. Anyways, guys, thank you for tuning into this podcast with Ismael, not Ish, and Melarie.
Yes.
Definitely check them out on their plugs, Instagram, Facebook. Check out the collective. If you guys are curious about spinning or being in the family, definitely contact them. They're very nice, except for Izzy when he gets drunk. But that's another topic.
And
I am pretty nice.
We're open
No, you
to
really
teaching
are.
classes, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
I know I'm always looking to take on new prospects. I am a little strict though, because I will tell you to learn at least 2-3 things first, and then I'll teach you some more.
Fair.
But I'll show you the 3 things I want you to learn because they're more the basics, you know.
It's kind of like learning 3 Blind Mice on the recorder. Like, just learn that, and then we'll get to the new thing.
There you go.
Just those 3 notes.
Yeah.
3 notes.
Or Twinkle Twinkle
I know.
Little Star, because then you can play ABC. Never thought about it, did you?
No, I never thought about that, actually. Hey. Holy shit. All right, y'all. That's it for us. Deuces. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you next Monday with crap. Hold on.
That one guy.
That one dude. Remember? Oh wait, I don't have Julian. Okay, I got Julian in the house next Monday, guys. Can't wait to see you. Love you. Peace. God damn it. My computer just doesn't want to work with me. Bye!